Hi all, Hipper here. Today I am taking out Tashkent with the new Halloween commander, Sergio Spledento or whatever his name is. And I'm using Sims and Bay in this example. I probably won't do that anymore, but for this one I am. And you'll see I have the extra concealment, the extra shell grouping, and the extra range, very important. And then I have the I'd rather be torching legendary skill. Mostly for the detectability buff, but also the increased fire chance. And it works really well on this commander. I'm not really sure that I will be sticking with this commander though. I mean, he's okay, but I actually still think Rumble is better in my opinion. Now, this video is just an example of the new commander, but as you know, the Tashkent, well, all the Russian destroyers, got a nice buff in the latest patch. And this is just the first video of many where I will be taking especially Tashkent out more, because I think this buff here in the latest patch, as I said, has created a brand new ship. I really like it now, and I'm still working on the different commanders and what would be the best combination, because there's so many now. There's at least 4, maybe 5 useful commanders, and way many more inspirations to fiddle with. So it's an interesting ship now. Many different builds, and it's needed. It's very nice now. Now, the way I usually play Tashkent, or any Russian destroyer for that matter, is from a distance. And like, if you can get distance up to 13 something kilometers, like here, you're in a good spot. That's the sweet spot in my opinion. Now, if you noticed, I don't have Rumble as an inspiration on my build here, and of course, if you do that, you can get the range probably closer to 14 kilometers, which is even better. And I haven't really settled, like I said before, on the ultimate build. So this video, like I said a few times now, it's just to show off the new commander. And like I said, I still prefer Rumble, or actually one of the stock commanders over him. He has a very nice perk that pretty much keeps your engine from, well, getting taken out at all, and your rudder. That's very nice, but I'm not really sure it's worth all the trade-offs. I'll have to look into that more. So I would probably give it a bit of a think before I would invest anything into this commander yet, if you happen to have him already. Now, you see, the best way to play Tashkent, in my opinion, is to play it like a small cruiser. So keep your range and fire HE, pretty much. The Russian guns with their very nice trajectory will also allow you to keep like the heat on battleships, even from from far away, from 13, 14 kilometers. You still be able to hit reliably and efficiently. And you see this example here. I'm just setting this blad on fire here multiple times, and then at the same time I'm firing torps, hoping that he'll start to chase me down. And that's like one of my standard moves in Tashkent, and then just avoiding whatever he shoots at you. So like I said before, I pretty much play it like an agile cruiser, which is really good at, and I don't really think there is a better way to play this ship. I mean, the torps are good enough so you can lure battleships into traps like this. You don't have like the really short range of the other Russian destroyers, so you'll be able to be a little bit more creative with your ship. There we got one hit, and which is very nice, and we probably get one more. Yeah, there we go. And another thing, because I play this ship in open water from a distance, just like I would play Wichita or a Targo or any cruiser, actually sometimes I put a cruiser commander on it to get the ingenious perk that will allow me to plan my movements a little bit better. And like I'll do a whole video on this later, because I haven't decided on the commander I'll go with, like I said. but also if you use a cruiser commander, you don't get all the negative traits that the destroyer commanders come with. Of course, you'll miss out on some of the destroyer specific perks, but it doesn't matter so much on Tashkent in my opinion, because what you need on this ship is range and fire chance. That's it. There's no point building this ship as a concealment or torp destroyer or anything like that. It doesn't work very well. So, but like I said, I'll do an in-depth video on this ship and the whole bunch of commanders available for it when I get that far, probably sometime next week. Now you can see I can go nearly 50 knots in this ship, and I haven't built it fully for speed in this configuration here. I can't remember right now, but I'm probably sure if I build it for speed completely and I use the speed boost, I can probably hit 50. But like 47, 46 is fine, because it's like I said, it's not like built exactly for speed like something you would do in the Fantask or something like that. Speed is good, but if you have enough range, you don't really need more than 45, 46 knots, and it's all the balance. So anyway, in this game here now, we've taken care of the flank, that Vlad that was trying to hide out there. So now we'll just help these guys cap, and then we'll try to push the enemy back, so we can get to the last cap down there at sea. Now I'm especially happy with the buffs to Tashkent, especially the improved rudder. It's like I said, it's a brand new ship now. It's much better than before, and you get an extra kilometer of range on your guns as standard, and that just helps a lot. See, we can hit that Yama, 11 k's away, no problem at all. It could be 2 kilometers further even with this build, and like I said earlier, you could probably hit 14 if you build. If you go all out on range. Now I have sims on an inspiration for my build here, and I usually have that on every build I use on Tashkent, because I like that those extra 2,000 hit points you get at tier 7. It's pretty much a 10% boost, or even more to that than to your destroyer, and it helps a lot, and it'll make you just last that tiny little bit longer in a battle. That'll make all the difference. And then I also play around with the French commander that gives you faster time to get back into concealment after firing. That's also very useful, especially with this build here, where you stay at range and you take out anyone from far away. So if you want to go dark faster, you can do that. But again, like I've said a few times now in this video, I will go into details with that a lot more in the coming week or so, because like I said, this ship now is it's very very different, and there's a lot of different builds that'll work well, and I'll just have to settle on the one I like best, and then I'll do a more in-depth video with all the different builds and what you will achieve with each. So now, just to get back to this battle here, there's obviously I'm left, and there's Yudachi left, and then there's a battleship far away. And it's happened a lot lately that if there's only a few ships left, they seem to hang around like each other, and especially sometimes me. And I mean, like, this Yudachi would be much more useful if he went somewhere else, started to go down to sea and cap or something. Like, he doesn't need to babysit me. There's no point in that. So anyway, if we get back to the commander, like I said, I like him. He's very good, but there's a lot of good. Suddenly, there's a lot of good Russian destroyer commanders like Rumble, and I'd also say the two standard commanders are also very, very decent. At least the Trubetskoy, or whatever his name is, I use him a great deal. I think the problem now is to find out what the best mix of these commanders are and what's the best inspiration. That's because the ship itself now is very decent. It's really good now. So it's just a matter of tinkering with the last few details and perhaps upgrades on the ship as well to find, at least for me, my ideal build. And I'm pretty close now. And so far, I'm sticking with Rumble as my preferred build. But I could go back to Trubetskoy, the standard commander, even, and then have Rumble as an inspiration on him. It all depends on, well, what you give up and what you lose out on. Like when it comes to fire chance and range, stuff like that. Now, I said before I primarily play Tashkent as a gunboat, and I do, but of course you'll get in situations where you can use your torps like I did on the Vlad earlier. And now there's a Roma coming around here around the corner, and he is just lining up nicely for a torp run. And the Yudachi already fired at him, but we're going to do the same thing. And something that's really nice about Tashkent is the 3 torp tubes. You can really make a huge wall of torpedoes here. Now, I just shot 3 of them at wide spread because I'm not really sure where this guy's going to turn, if he's going to turn at all. So there's no way he'll be able to avoid this wall of torpedoes here, and I'll just keep setting him on fire while I'm running away, and he doesn't really have much chance at hitting me in this small, little, fast and tiny ship here. So he'll eat some torps, and we'll just wiggle our way out of the worst retaliation here. I'm getting very focused now, and I would do everything right now for the ingenious skill, so I can actually see what I would be able to get away with. But unfortunately, I don't have it. I'll just have to wait till I go dark, and that's it. We got the Roma as well. It's perfect. So that's this part of the map taken care of, and now I'm turning around to set a few fires on this Yamato here, and really my plan is just to stick around here and make sure that none of them can get past me to come back here and cap our caps, because then we'll win comfortably. That's why I'm trying to get this Yudachi to do something like more useful now. He's sitting out there in open water. It would be better if he went down there and put some pressure on the Yami from a different angle. But that's just the way it is. So now I make a mistake here. I want to set fires on the Yamato, and I get confused when I see the destroyer on the radar, and I actually think he's behind me. So I make a wrong turn, and then I get very surprised when he suddenly shows up in front of me. You see now he's capping A, so he's actually right in front of me. But somehow I think that he's behind me, so I start to turn around, and that's not really the best thing to do. So there he is, and I'm like, oh, goodness. And I'm just not ready for that, and I have so little health, so he gets me there. And that's alright. We had a very good game, and like you'll see in a minute, we have won comfortably, and we did nearly 150,000 damage, and we only had 4 torp hits, so most of it was with guns and setting fires, like what Tashkent is really good at. So here we are, and we won the battle. I had my doubts at one point, but we actually did win it, and which is always nice. And we even made it to the first place, just with like what, 50 XP in front of the Yudachi, but still counts. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and like I said before, I will do much more in-depth analysis of Tashkent and all the new commanders in a coming video. All right, well, hippo out, and see you on the battlefield.